Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at pressure transmitters.
Absolutely. And, if you are working with these or studying them, we're going to help break down some of the key things that you need to know.
Right. And we've got specifications detailing their features, and we're really trying to distill all this information into something that's useful right here, right now for you.
Yeah, think of this as like a shortcut to understanding pressure transmitters and why they matter.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. The pressure range. When you look at the specs of a pressure transmitter, you'll see that it's designed to measure pressure within a certain range.
Uh-huh.
And this range can actually go into the vacuum range as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Not all pressures are positive. You have negative pressures as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you have to make sure you have a transmitter that can handle that.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It's all about the right tool for the job.
Exactly. You wouldn't use a kitchen scale to weigh a truck.
Right, exactly.
You got to make sure you have the right pressure transmitter for the job.
And if you choose the wrong one, not only will you not get good data, but you could damage the device.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another important thing is the output signal.
Mm-hmm.
The way that the pressure reading is transmitted to your control system or your monitoring device.
That's right.
The most common are the 4 to 20 milliamp current signal and voltage output.
Right.
Why those two?
Well, the 4 to 20 milliamp standard, that's really robust, especially in industrial settings.
Okay.
Because it's a current loop. It's not as susceptible to electrical noise, especially over long distances.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good for industrial settings where you might have a lot of electrical interference.
So it's a steady stream of information.
Exactly.
Now, voltage outputs, those might be used for shorter runs or with certain recording equipment.
Yeah.
The output type really impacts how that data gets into your system.
Exactly. It's all about the right output for your system.
Now let's move on to the physical connections.
Okay.
Pressure transmitters come with different thread sizes. You often see 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1 inch wide, the different sizes.
It's all about compatibility.
Right.
If you have a 1/2 inch pipe, you need a 1/2 inch pressure transmitter.
Right.
If you have a 1/4 inch pipe, you need a 1/4 inch pressure transmitter.
Just like if you're trying to screw in a bolt,
Exactly.
it's got to be the right size.
Right.
Now, one thing that can be really valuable is some pressure transmitters actually have a built-in display.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the advantage of that?
Well, you don't have to hook it up to a computer or a PLC or anything to get a reading. You can just look at it and see what the pressure is right there.
It's like having a speedometer right on your dashboard.
That's a great analogy, yeah.
So we've talked about the pressure range, the output signal, the connection threads, and having a local display. All of these things are super important when you're choosing a pressure transmitter for your system.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a critical part of your system.
If you're designing something new or you're maintaining something, this is essential information.
Yeah, you really got to know all these specs before you buy a pressure transmitter.
Knowing the range so you can choose the right one to measure what you need.
Right.
The output signal so you know how it's going to talk to the rest of your system.
Yeah.
And then the right threads so it doesn't leak and you get accurate readings.
Absolutely.
If you're looking for more detailed specs about pressure transmitters, make sure to check out pakciapodcast.com.
Yes, absolutely.
We've covered how pressure transmitters measure pressure in a specific range, even sometimes vacuum.
Uh-huh.
We've covered 4 to 20 milliamp and voltage output signals.
Right.
We've covered the importance of different thread sizes.
Right.
And we've even covered how sometimes it's helpful to have a display right on the unit.
Absolutely.
As you think about all of this, think about a system that you're familiar with, either at work or that you're studying. How might these different features impact how that system works, how it's designed, and how it operates?
Yeah, that's a great question to think about.
Yeah, and if you want to do more research, make sure to visit pakciapodcast.com. Absolutely great resource.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time. See you later.
Bye.